Good morning, everyone. I am Fazil Shahidah, and today I will present my translation project for Dale Carnegie's classic book titled How to Win Friends and Influence People. In this presentation, I will show you how I work on this translation. Next. I will start with a quick look at the source text in the preface. Then I will explain the analysis of challenging terms, then the transferring process, and finally, the restructuring phase to produce the final translation. I also provide the draft translation, final translation, and the final result. Now let's get started. First, let's take a look at the preface. In this slide, you can see the side-by-side comparison between the source text and my target text. My focus was to transform the formal English review into a natural Indonesian version that feels natural for Indonesian readers. After seeing the comparison between source language and my final result, I will now explain the process behind it. The first is analyzing. In this part, I identified several semantic and contextual challenges I found in the text. I had to ensure that the translated terms didn't just carry the meaning, but also the right weight and tone for Indonesian readers. Okay, the first is timeless classic. This phrase contains semantic meaning, which is challenging to translating into Indonesian. To analyze this, I compare definitions from vocabulary.com, and use tools like DeepL just to see the various ways this term could be interpreted. And then, foster harmonious relationship. The word foster contains multi-meaning and contextual nuance, which is challenging to translating into Indonesian. I also analyzed this because actually I don't know the meaning of foster. So I compare the DeepL translation result and Google Translate translation result to examine which translations are natural in the context of building social connections. Now that I have identified these challenges, let's move on to the next stage, which is transferring, where I start translating the meaning into the target language. Okay, the first is how to win friends and influence people. At first, I translated win as memenangkan, but it sounded too literal and implied a competition since friendship is a interpersonal relationship rather than a transactional achievement. So I changed it to mencari because it makes the translation feel more natural and culturally acceptable in Indonesia, as supported by the references I provide. The second is timeless classic. I use dynamic equivalence here. Instead of a literal translation, I look for an Indonesian expression that carries the same lasting impact. And then I finally choose klasik yang tak lekang oleh waktu because this is a very common and powerful Indonesian collocation that perfectly represents a timeless book. Okay, next. Yes, this is the comparison between Tak Lekang Waktu versus Abadi, translated from Indonesian into English language. Okay, next. For the third transferring process is self-help book. For self-help book, I kept the term as a loan word since self-help is already a well-known term in the Indonesian book industry. as I provide the proof in here. Okay, next is genuine interest. The challenge is lexical choice. The word genuine has many meanings in Indonesian language, like asli, murni, and tulus. I need to pick the one that doesn't sound like a product description. And finally, I choose tulus because it's the standard way to express sincerity in Indonesian social context. The parallel text I found, like in the Suara Muhammadiyah, prove this is the most natural choice. Okay, next. This is my draft translation. While the meaning was already accurate at this stage, the sentence structure still felt a bit rigid and unnatural translation. To fix this, I moved to the final stage, which is restructuring, where I polish the flow to make it more natural for Indonesian readers. But before that, I will read this draft translation. Okay. Buku Bagaimana Cara Mencari Teman dan Memengaruhi Orang Lain karya Dale Carnegie adalah buku klasik yang tak lekang oleh waktu di kategori buku pengembangan diri. Buku ini ditulis dengan jelas dan gaya penulisan yang menarik, menjadikan buku ini salah satu buku self-help favorit saya. Karena buku ini memberikan wawasan yang sangat penting dalam memahami dan memandu hubungan antar manusia. Carnegie memberikan konsep-konsep simpel dan praktis yang dapat memfasilitasi komunikasi menjadi lebih efektif dan memperkuat keharmonisan suatu hubungan. Buku ini menekankan hal-hal seperti pentingnya empati, active listening atau mendengarkan lawan bicara kita secara aktif, dan memberikan pujian secara tulus pada orang lain. Meskipun konsep-konsep ini tampak jelas, penjabaran Carnegie dan contoh nyata dalam kehidupan sehari-hari juga memperjelas dampaknya secara mendalam. Namun, beberapa kritikus berpendapat bahwa buku ini untuk memanipulasi orang atau memaparkan level dasar pengembangan diri daripada self-improvement yang tulus. Namun, penafsiran yang seimbang menggarisbawahi kekuatan dalam kebaikan, apresiasi, dan memahami dalam dinamika interpersonal daripada manipulasi yang menipu. Okay, next in the restructuring. The first is how to win friends and influence people. In the transferring part, I initially considered translating the title into Indonesian language. However, I noticed that most Indonesian editions of this book still use borrowing for the main title. This is different from books like The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, which was translated into Seni untuk Bersikap Bodo Amat. To maintain the book's brand recognition and avoid confusion for the readers, I decided to keep the original English title. Okay. And then the second is I restructured the sentence. While these concepts may seem obvious, Carnegie's articulation and real-life examples illuminate their profound impact. My draft translation is, meskipun konsep-konsep ini tampak jelas, penjabaran Carnegie dan contoh-contoh nyata dalam kehidupan sehari-hari juga memperjelas dampak mendalamnya. In this translation, I used dynamic equivalence to improve my draft. My initial version was still too literal, using words like jelas and dampak mendalam. I found the reference from Gramedia and found the phrases praktis and sederhana namun bermakna as I highlighted in this slide. Following that style, I changed my final translation. I use word sederhana instead of jelas to describe the concepts. I also use bermakna to replace dampak mendalam. So, these choices make the sentence flow better. The final translation is, konsep-konsep ini mungkin terlihat sederhana, namun melalui penjelasan dan contoh nyata dalam kehidupan sehari-hari, Carnegie menunjukkan betapa bermakna dampak yang dihasilkan. Okay, next. The third is sentence again. So this sentence is, however, some critics argue the book promotes manipulation or surface level changes rather than genuine self-improvement. My draft translation is, namun beberapa kritikus berpendapat bahwa buku ini untuk memanipulasi orang atau memaparkan level dasar pengembangan diri daripada self-improvement yang tulus. It sounds unnatural and a bit strange awkward like that. So, in this translation, I use dynamic equivalence and restructuring. I broke down the long English sentence into two separate ones to make it easier to understand. Instead of a word-for-word translation, I used the term menyentuh permukaan to represent surface level changes. This choice is supported by the Gramedia proof, which highlights the importance of depth, kedalaman, in Carnegie's principles. I also use the word tulus consistently for genuine to ensure the tone remains natural and polished. Okay, next is deceitful manipulation. My draft translation, The final translation for the third restructuring part is, namun beberapa kritikus memiliki pandangan berbeda. Mereka berpendapat buku ini cenderung manipulatif dan hanya menyentuh permukaan pengembangan diri, bukannya membawa perubahan yang tulus. Sorry. So, next. Okay, the fourth is deceitful manipulation. In my draft translation, I use manipulasi yang curang. However, this sounds repetitive and ineffective in Indonesian language because manipulasi already implies a form of kecurangan or dishonesty. Adding the word curang creates a redundancy that doesn't add new meaning to the sentence. So, to fix this, I choose the word licik for the final translation. Based on the KBBI definition, which I provide in this slide, the word licik means banyak akal yang buruk, pandai menipu, culas, curang, banyak akal yang buruk, pandai menipu, culas, and also curang. By using licik, I capture the full meaning of deceitful without being repetitive. It makes the phrase manipulasi yang licik sound much more natural for Indonesian readers. Okay, next is my final translation. I will read it first. Buku How to Win Friends and Influence People karya Dale Carnegie adalah buku klasik yang tak lekang oleh waktu di kategori buku pengembangan diri. Buku ini ditulis dengan jelas dan gaya tulisan yang menarik, menjadikan buku ini salah satu buku self-help favorit saya. Karena buku ini memberikan wawasan yang sangat bernilai dalam memahami dan memandu hubungan antar manusia. Carnegie memberikan konsep-konsep simpel dan praktis yang dapat memfasilitasi komunikasi menjadi lebih efektif dan memperkuat keharmonisan suatu hubungan. Buku ini menekankan hal-hal seperti pentingnya empati, active listening atau mendengarkan lawan bicara kita secara aktif, dan memberikan pujian secara tulus pada orang lain. Konsep-konsep ini mungkin terlihat sederhana, namun melalui penjelasan dan contoh nyata dalam kehidupan sehari-hari, Carnegie menunjukkan betapa bermakna dampak yang dihasilkan. Namun, beberapa kritikus memiliki pandangan berbeda. Mereka berpendapat buku ini cenderung manipulatif dan hanya menyentuh permukaan pengembangan diri, bukannya membawa perubahan yang tulus. Akan tetapi, jika dilihat secara lebih berimbang, buku ini justru menekankan pentingnya dinamika dalam hubungan alih-alih praktik manipulasi yang licik. Okay, so for the final translation, I also fixed the redundancy of using namun twice. This I highlight. Okay. I replaced the second one with akan tetapi to improve the paragraph's balance and natural. Okay, this is my final result. The last but not least is my final work of this translation. I add the information. Isi 317 halaman, harga Rp251.490, tahun terbit 2022, versi update, dapatkan di Gramedia terdekat. So, in this information, I changed the price to rupiah, and then I use borrowing versi update because update is natural in Indonesian readers, and then I use localization in Gramedia. I changed Amazon to Gramedia because it is the most recognizable and authoritative bookstore in Indonesia. Since this review is in Indonesian, it is more natural to direct readers to a local store where they can actually find the book. Okay. That is how I translated Dale Carnegie's work to make it feel natural and relevant for Indonesian readers. Okay, thank you.